Hello, everyone. Welcome back to TechPoint. Today, I'm here with Peter Loving. Hello.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
So happy to have you here. Please tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Peter. I founded UserActive about 18 months ago. And my background is that I'm a product designer. So I've designed and consulted with software companies over the past 10 to 15 years. And because I really enjoy getting to understand how people use products, what problems we're solving, and working on those the design solutions for everyday problems that people have in business. And since that became my kind of passion and working consulting work, I developed a UserActive, basically a consulting agency to help software companies design meaningful products users love.
And what does a product designer actually do? What's his main job?
So a product designer has, there's a lot of different skills and a lot of different activities that a product designer does. But generally, their role is to create a product that solves a problem, that does something better than before, or easier or faster than before. So generally, the main things that product designers do are they spend time really understanding problems and the people that have these problems and the context of them. So in a business case, if it could be anything like managing your workforce, and we'd understand, okay, who are the people that are struggling with this issue? It might be an HR team. And what exactly is the problem? So for them, it might be customer or employee satisfaction. Okay.
Yes.
And so then we'd think about, okay, so how can we create a tool that helps HR teams improve employee satisfaction and have a better idea and understanding of it? So that's one of the that's an example of how a product, the need for a product might come to life, right?
And a product designer needs to be technical.
Well, we work in the field of software, so we're always designing software, but obviously a product can be in any walk of life. We have consumer products,
Absolutely.
which are obviously technical too, but there could be solutions that are services. There could be solutions that are just frameworks, concepts, or ideas. But we predominantly work in software. So a large part of the product designer's role is understanding problems. This involves research. It involves talking and interviewing people, observing how people do things, how people get current tasks done. So this we call mostly the UX and research kind of part of the product designer's role. Another core aspect of the role is the concept development, ideating. This is a part of the design process, but this might be the early stage. We're coming up with ideas of how to solve this issue, how to resolve the problem. So the skills and the tasks that we're doing here are things like wireframing, mind mapping, designing MVPs, prototypes, mapping out user journeys, things like this, and workflows. And then another core element, the next design phase from that is interface design.
Yes.
So actually get into the designing the interface, the elements, buttons, hover states, drop downs, menus, interactive elements, responses, everything like this that you interact with in software. So that's one of the technical areas of the design. We're always mixing a good sensibility of art and design with technical knowledge.
I understand. So it's a difficult job, but I'm curious, who's your main target? Small businesses, large corporations?
Well, for us, it's mainly, say, businesses who are in the early-ish stage. So, pardon me, I think I'm going to sneeze. So they're basically startups or early-stage funded.
But if I have a startup and I want to create a CRM, I don't have to do it myself, and I can come to you and help help me do it in a
Yeah,
way?
that's right. We work with companies who are designing their product from scratch, and they need to design a new software.
I understand.
But most of our clients are companies that already have software, and that they need a product design team to partner with them to help them iterate, improve the product design, new features, improve the user experience, improve the
Yes,
interface. So we partner with them to become almost part of the team. We work closely with them and with their engineering or development team.
perfect.
And yeah, well,
Yeah,
just
I was curious because I couldn't think you can start from scratch. So I came to you with just an idea. I have to have something, at least an MVP or
yeah.
something.
I mean, if you sometimes companies have a really, really strong idea of what they need and
Okay.
they've thought it through, it's very clear.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, we're learning a lot from them and understanding their problem before we get to the design stage. But if somebody came with an idea and they don't understand the industry and the market and the problem, it's not really a strong basis for going straight into design and designing something. So
I
so
understand.
we'd recommend that they go back and really learn and understand the problem and validate that idea before designing some software.
Yeah. And how did you join this industry of SaaS?
So I was always interested in design and
Mm-hmm.
creative work, and throughout my I decided to study product design at university. So in my degree, we were actually designing 3D products, consumer
Okay.
products, gadgets, yeah, products that you'd have in the home or that you'd buy in big stores. And when I finished my degree, this was more kind of industrial design degree. When I finished that degree, the web was a really interesting place to work.
Yeah.
It was at the very beginning of things like MySpace and Facebook and LinkedIn. These were all very new platforms, and so we saw the rise of product design, digital product design, and that appealed to me. So when I finished studying product design in university, I spent around a year or two developing my web-based skills, and then I became a designer in a series of agencies in London. And after working on software throughout this process, I came to specialize first as a freelancer and as a consultant in
Nice.
software, and then eventually to form UserActive, the agency that I'm running now.
Nice. I really like your path, and it's important you like it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've followed the things that I found interesting and engaging. So I think that's an important thing to help direct you with, when
Yeah,
you're
you
there.
have to have a bit of courage to do that,
Yeah,
but it's absolutely worth it. Yeah. And you're from UK, right?
that's correct. Yeah, I'm
And
from
how
London.
did you end up moving to Spain?
So I worked in London most of my life.
Hmm.
When I went to university, I went to Cardiff, and I moved back to London, and I spent a lot of time working in the fast pace, hustle and bustle of London, and I
Yeah.
love it, and it's home, and I really enjoy it. But I have family that are from Barcelona, so my mum
Oh,
is from Barcelona, and I wanted to have a slight change of lifestyle and experience a different. Living in a different country. I was very interested in my mum's background, and I have family here. So I decided to move to Spain and experience the life and working culture over here.
very nice. Very nice. Yeah. And how about the SaaStock? Can you please tell us more about it? The
Yeah,
conference?
so the founder of SaaStock is a guy named Alex Tuma, and he's a really great events manager and salesperson. So he was initially he was working as a sales person within the software or tech industry,
Hmm.
and he identified the need to create events and that there was this growing industry of SaaS.
Yes.
He launched SaaStock in London, and I'd met him at a co-working space there that we were both at called
Nice.
the Making Loft. And over time, I watched Alex grow SaaStock from just a small meetup in London to an international event series.
So
Um,
nice.
Yeah, and he runs SaaStock in the flagship event is in Dublin every year. There's around 4,000 to 5,000 SaaS founders. And I've always been a fan of SaaStock and always followed Alex with his work there. And he and the SaaStock team wanted to launch a series of small events in major cities around Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
So since I was in Barcelona, I volunteered to manage the SaaStock Local Barcelona event series. So I ran that for a year, hosting events,
Very nice.
getting speakers from some of Spain's biggest and best SaaS companies, and yeah, hosting these events, which was really great fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So happy for you. Yeah, and you said it's the biggest SaaS event for Europe, right? That's from Europe.
Yes. So it's the largest European-based SaaS. There is another big SaaS conference called SaaStr from the States, which is really big over in the States because it's obviously near Silicon Valley and it has all of the tech scene from the west coast of the States. And they also have a conference here in Europe too, I think once a year. So that's the other large SaaS conference.
I think it's the one that's in Barcelona next month.
It is actually, I think it's in around 2 weeks here in Barcelona. Yeah, so
me and my team will be there, so maybe we can meet if
I'll see
you'll
you
be there. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and the SaaStock is in Dublin, you said. I think
That's right.
in autumn.
Yeah, in October. It'll
October,
be in October.
Perfect. Yeah. Can you give us any tips for someone who wants to get started in design, in UI UX?
Yeah. If you're interested in getting into UI UX design or product design, as I specialize in, I think you need to have a curious nature. You want to be somebody who's engaged when you encounter problems. You feel incentivized to solve those problems and work on them and use your kind of thinking process and creativity to resolve those problems. But it is a challenging role because there's lots of skills to develop. And part of those skills are soft skills, relating to people, understanding problems, being able to extrapolate information, and then work with that, with theorize about how to approach and solve a problem. And the other part of those are hard skills like design skills, if you're learning at all, like Figma, and then lots of technical design skills like working with color schemes, spacing, typography, fonts, and then the more technical side of really understanding how web elements work and best practices for web design.
So in a way, you have to be a bit generalist.
I think, yeah, you have to, you do have to understand quite a few disciplines and develop a lot of skills, but quite often product designers or UI UX designers will specialize in one key area. So they might really love UX research and they'll go into UX research.
Yeah,
or they
that's
might
perfect.
Be with the artistic side and they go into UI because they're great with working with color schemes and palettes and making an interface look beautiful. So I'd recommend if you're coming into this field to try out a lot of things, see all of get to learn about, first of all, what are all the different skills and that are required. And then later on, as you find what's most stimulating for you, you can start to specialize in an area, whether that be UX research or UX design or interface design, or even some people even gravitate towards product management. So they're not actually designing, but they're going into the technical side of assessing data and making plans with product decisions.
Fantastic answer. Yeah, that's perfect. Try a lot of them and see the one that attracts you the most.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And be patient. Be patient.
Yeah.
Takes a little time.
Tell us a bit more about UserActive. I don't know, some use cases, maybe.
Yeah. So what we do is we run design sprints. So when we partner with a SaaS company, we get to learn everything that we can about their product. And then we start consulting with, okay, what can we do to build more value in this product? Where should the product be going in the future? How is it currently serving the users? Can we do a better job here? And so that's our approach. And then our process, the way we actually work, is that we run design sprints that are 2-week cycles. We have meetings where we present designs, and we consult, and we gather feedback and discuss iterations. And we also assemble a whole bunch of design tickets into our following sprint. So we run this 2-week cycle every 2 weeks on an ongoing basis. And we also manage a design backlog, and we manage a product roadmap for our clients. So we really partner where we're getting involved in the strategy side, but we're also delivering great interface designs on a consistent basis. And yeah, we have worked with a number of companies. Some of them are CRMs, and sometimes we're able to make some really big impacts on the product. So we have, and that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to make product changes that drive growth. So one of the things that we were able to do recently was we had a client who they were getting around 100 free trials a month, but they were only converting 18 of these into paying customers. And after assessing their product, we felt that the very first customer experience was quite weak. They land in a dashboard and they don't have a lot of direction. And we didn't feel that the dashboard presented information in maybe as good a way as it could. So what we spent time doing was iterating on this dashboard, and we came up with a design that once it was released into product, it had a real great impact on this conversion rate. So they started to convert 26 paying customers every month rather than 18. And this actually had a really big impact on their revenue, because their average contract value in a year is around £3,000. And we were able to push that, the amount of annual contracts they had, we could push them up quite a lot by, around 7 more a month. So once we calculated that on a year, it really came to around $300,000 of ARR a year. So sometimes we can make product changes that have a huge impact on and that's a good example of things like revenue. But there are also other less tangible areas where we can make an impact, just on user satisfaction, customer satisfaction, or how frequently they're using the software, how much value they're getting from it. And we can do this with things like NPS scores and reviews and feedback and ratings. So that's what we try to do. We try to validate our design work by returning a lot more revenue than it costs to hire us, or increasing metrics that represent customer health for product usage.
I think you have a great satisfaction when you do the work, the research, and implement it, and after that you see the conversion rate or other KPIs.
Yeah, it's super satisfying. This is one of the most rewarding parts of the role, is that one of the best feelings that we have is when we finish design, then it goes into development. Eventually, when we see it going live inside the product.
Yes, absolutely.
It's one of the best feelings we get. And the other one is when we hear positive results of impact that our designs have had. I mean, that's
great.
Part of the role.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Not for now. I think that's good. That's a really nice introduction to what we do at UserActive and a bit about the role of a product designer. So that's all. If anybody wanted to get in touch or follow up with me, whether it's about learning a bit more about UserActive, or if there are product designers who are interested in the field and want to ask or know anything more, they can feel free to reach out to me. And I would recommend via LinkedIn, Peter Loving.
I'll put the link down below.
Super.
Thank you so much for being here. Maybe we can meet in Barcelona.
Thank you, Christian. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for the chat. I've enjoyed it. And let's arrange to catch up and have coffee at SaaS.
Perfect. I'm grateful. Have an amazing day.
Fantastic. You too.
Goodbye.
Take care.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.